It is a Mysteries The White Wolf by Ron Roy. Chapter 10. I gave the mail to a man, Dink said as they pulled away from the dock a few minutes later. Thanks a lot, Captain Morris said. That'd be correct, Jack. He and his sister, Linda, take care of the place for the owner. Do they have any pets? Josh asked, sliding a look at Dink and Ruth Rose. Morris shook his head. Not that I've seen. Then he grinned. Of course, with that jungle they live in, they could hide an elephant on that island. A few minutes later, he pulled the mailboat up to Wallace's deck. Thanks a lot, the kids all said. My pleasure, Morris said. Give Wallace and Walker and Abby and a big howdy from me. We will, Dink said. Bye, Captain Morris. Morris tooted his horn and pulled away. The kids ran up the dock and into the cabin. Wallace, Walker, and Abby were waiting for them. How's your picnic? Wallace asked. Or should I say, how was your snooping expedition? She added slyly. Did you find the wolf pups? Abby asked. No, but we might have found a clue, Josh said. He told them about the blueberry stain on the dock. It looked like it came off someone's shoes, like whoever crushed those blueberries on that path. Josh, anyone could have left the blueberry stain on that dock. Wallace said, this is blueberry picking season. We have no proof it was the people who took the wolves. Ruth Rose told them about the brother and sister caretakers. Linda Deck has long blonde hair, she said. I knew it, Abby said. There was a high fence all around the place, Dink said. We couldn't see anything inside. Ruth Rose remembered the tape. Abby, we forgot to ask Morris about the seals, but we tried to tape some seagulls for you. Ruth Rose put the tape recorder on the table and pressed the play button. At first, they heard only hissing, then the sound of gulls. Then the gull cries were interrupted by Dink, Josh, and Ruth Rose talking. Suddenly, they heard Josh's voice yell, Shoo! This is when the gulls landed near us, Ruth Rose said. I think they wanted our food. It was nice of you to make the tape, Wallace said. But those weren't all gull sounds, Abby said. She rewound the tape and hit play again. Listen, she said, leaning toward the machine and turning up the volume. The other leaned in too. The cries are louder now. There, those aren't gulls, Abby said. I think they're the wolf pups. Honey, those sound like seagulls, Wallace said. Are you sure you're not just... I know what gulls sound like, Abby said. I have them on another tape. It's on the deck. The cassette marked birds. Walker hurried out to the deck and came back with the cassette. He ejected the one in the recorder and slid in the bird's tape. They heard the hooting of an owl, some loons, and finally a raucous, high-pitched squawking. Those are gull calls, Abby said. Do you hear the difference? Play the other one again, Ruth Rose said. Abby switched cassettes, and they once more heard the sounds that Abby said were the pups. It does sound like puppies whimpering, Josh said. My dog makes that noise when he's hungry. But how did we get the wolf pups on tape? Dink asked. We never saw them. They must be hidden somewhere out there, Abby said. You might have heard them, but you thought they were seagull noises. Now we can tell the police. But this tape doesn't prove the wolves are on that island, Walker said. The Decks might have dogs, but I saw the woman in the boat, Abby insisted. I can tell the police she was the same woman I saw take the pups. You saw her from a long distance both times, Walker told his niece. You might have seen two different women with long blonde hair. Uncle Walker is right, hon, Wallace said. We can call the game warden again, but I have a feeling she'll want more proof before she accuses those people. Abby, what do wolves eat around here? Dink asked suddenly. Abby looked at Dink. Small animals mostly, she said. Why? Well, Josh found a dead mouse in their boat, Dink explained. Right, and I touched it, Josh said. It was wet and slimy and gross. You should have heard Josh scream, Abby, Ruth Rose said. Suddenly, Abby backed her wheelchair away from the table. She wheeled herself to the fireplace and came back with a book in her lap. With the other watching her, she flipped some pages and started reading. A large part of a wolf's diet is rodents, mostly mice. Adult wolves often vomit up partially digested mice as food for their young. Abby closed the book. I think those baby wolves were in that boat, she declared. The mother wolf probably caught the mouse for her babies, and one of them was eating it when they got thrown in the cage. So the mouse was a clue, Josh said. It's almost like connecting dots to make a picture, Dink said. First, Abby saw two people steal the puppies. Then we saw human footprints near the wolf's den. Rose found a trail down to the beach and blueberry stains on the dock. And Josh found a dead mouse in the boat. And we heard the whimpering noises on the tape, Abby added. Okay, I have to admit that I see a picture forming, Wallace said. But what we believe isn't necessarily the truth. Right, Walker said. There are a couple more dots to connect. Like, how do we prove that whimpering on the tape came from the baby wolves? I have an idea, Josh said quietly.